Like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
Right, not now. It's at 175, yeah.
he probably can't even make 168 no more. When you look at these fights, you know, especially
like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, you know, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But, you know, I see that weight class, you know, I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's a tough fight. I don't know if Bud can overcome that. That's different. That's a lot. That's a lot to overcome. Height, reach, the speed of Benavidez coming downhill, the stamina, because this a guy that does get stronger as the fight goes also. So some of the advantages he had over Canelo, he wouldn't have at Benavidez. I think it would be a question if Benavidez can make the weight.
But yeah, I mean, if the fight comes up, the opportunity comes up, I would love that fight.
So you're saying 160 versus Crawford, you do it?
Oh, yeah.
Following his victory over Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford responded to growing speculation about a fight with David Benavidez by questioning whether Benavidez could even compete at 168 pounds. During an interview with Stephen Smith, Crawford discussed future possibilities when the topic of Benavidez came up. Crawford's reaction quickly gained attention online as fans and analysts debated his comments, suggesting the proposed matchup may not be realistic due to weight concerns.
But if you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
right, not now. It's at 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168 no more. When you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, you know, say, all right, you know, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off, you know. And I told him that a long time. I told him that when, you know what I mean, before I fought his brother. You know, I said, man, dude, you can fight, dude. You gonna do big things.
Crawford's comments intensified discussion about who he should face next. Former MMA champions Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman weighed in, insisting David Benavidez is fully capable of fighting at 168 pounds. Both argued the matchup would settle the debate over boxing's true top fighter. In their view, fans are tired of delays and excuses and simply want elite opponents stepping into the ring together.
Be out here, Kamaru. Terence Crawford versus the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was the mandatory for Canelo.
Oh my God. Relax.
What's up? The scariest guy in the division.
He's not in the division.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. The reason why he went up because nobody wants to fight him.
That's a big dude. And to be honest, Terence Crawford's 37 years old.
It's about merit. Could I get to the generational talent, as he said, with Manny Pacquiao? He's an 8-division world champ.
If it ain't no big name, Terence, do what you do.
Amid the ongoing debate, Crawford confronted his doubters during the post-fight press conference. He recalled being dismissed for years, only for critics to fall silent after defeating Canelo decisively. Carrying clear confidence, Crawford questioned what criticism remained, making it obvious he believed the victory had completely changed how the boxing world viewed him.
Which do you think means
all
the most?
And all of it. It all goes hand in hand.
Can you describe what it all means to you to have? You just made like a whole resume of stuff tonight.
It means a lot to me because, you know, anybody can be a nobody, like I said, you know, and that's all they say I've been fighting is nobodies. So what can they say now? Somebody tell me, what can you say now?
And say congratulations.
That's it.
David Benavidez quickly responded to Crawford's remarks, dismissing claims about struggling to make 168 pounds. He argued the real issue was that they compete in different divisions, not weight limits. Viewing himself as a natural light heavyweight, Benavidez suggested Crawford's comments sounded more like an attempt to sidestep a risky challenge rather than genuine criticism of his capabilities inside the ring.
No, I wouldn't fight Crawford. I'm at 175.
Even with his response, speculation grew that Benavidez could be avoiding Crawford entirely. While Crawford's team questioned his ability to handle the weight cut, Benavidez appeared interested in pursuing Dimitri Bivol instead. That sparked further debate among fans, with many wondering whether he was bypassing Crawford or simply targeting opponents better suited for his division.
You know what I mean? This is a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, you know, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, you know, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But, you know, I see that weight class, you know, I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm gonna.
Behind the scenes, talk of a Crawford versus Benavidez matchup kept building. Trainer Breadman confirmed serious interest in making the fight happen, revealing that Alalshik is reportedly eager to organize it. His comments intensified speculation, since major involvement from powerful boxing figures often turns long-discussed dream fights into official events surprisingly fast.
Even though he hasn't been at 60, there's no big names at 60. 68, maybe the Benavidez fight. That's a tough fight for Bud. I ain't gonna lie, that's a tough fight. Benavidez ain't no joke. Yeah, that's a tough fight. I don't know if Bud can overcome that. That's different. That's a lot. That's a lot to overcome. Height, reach, the speed of Benavidez coming downhill, the stamina, because this a guy that does get stronger as the fight goes also. So some of the advantages he had over Canelo, he wouldn't have at Benavidez. I think it would be a question if Benavidez can make the weight. I know he's been there 75.
As debate around the potential fight intensified, Jose Benavidez Sr. praised Crawford's accomplishments, but warned that David presents a far tougher test than Canelo. He emphasized his son's power, aggression, and natural strength, insisting the outcome would look very different. According to Benavidez Sr., Crawford would face a fully prepared Mexican monster, making it clear he views David as the division's most dangerous threat and a far more difficult opponent than fans may expect.
You know, I think David's too big for Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford will be like 38 years old, you know? I mean, it will not be the same as Canelo, man. We know David comes in and throws a lot of punches and put the pressure. And no disrespect to Terence Crawford, he's the best pound for pound. He's in the books to do history. He did something that nobody could do. But at the end of the day, we're talking about the Mexican monster, you know? David's young, strong, super big for Terence Crawford. And, you know, even Terence Crawford said that Kavalowski's or whatever.
On the opposite side, Crawford's trainer Bomac quickly rejected talk of a Benavidez fight. While others fueled the hype, he stressed the team is focused on steady progress and realistic plans. He made it clear they won't be pushed by outside noise, prioritizing discipline over chasing high-profile matchups or media attention.
Canelo,
Turkey dropped.
You know, people
Turkey,
are talking about it.
Turkey hinted at that. He was like the Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
So
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No, we ain't doing that fight.
Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. You know, we just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
Honest.
Absolutely. And he don't want.
Amid ongoing debate, Virgil Ortiz added his voice, directly calling out Crawford. He expressed willingness to face him in the ring, but set a condition. The bout must be at 168 pounds. Ortiz insisted the weight is no issue and he is ready to test himself against Crawford in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, if the fight comes up, the opportunity comes up, I would love that fight.
So you're saying 160 versus Crawford, you do it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's right now, like at 154, like let's say he says, you know what, I want you to jump up to 160.
Why not? I mean, I feel like I'm a big 154 as it is, you know? I mean, I was a big 140. I was a 140, a big 140, a big 147, a big 154. I think 160, I've always said I'd go to 160 eventually.
Ortiz went further, rejecting the idea of Benavidez making 168 pounds, saying it was highly unlikely he could safely cut to that limit. He suggested the super middleweight division would be too demanding at this point in Benavidez's career. His comments questioned the potential matchup, reinforcing Crawford's earlier stance and adding outside perspective that weakened hopes for the fight overall.
I mean, I don't know if David can make the weight anymore. I mean, it's one thing to want to go down, but are you still able to? So I don't know. Would it entice him? Maybe, but that doesn't mean that he can do it. You know, I mean, that's he's been at 168 for a while.
All these reactions and predictions have given fans a lot to consider. Crawford has already cemented his status as one of the decade's top fighters, shutting down doubts with a win over Canelo and a historic achievement few can match. Still, attention has shifted to his future, with growing debate over his next opponent and whether Benavidez will accept the challenge.
Crawford and Benavidez.
He said he wondered if Benavidez can make 168.
We just talked to Womack and he was like, "Nah, we don't want to do that. We
yeah, I just think Benavidez. He's like what, 6'5", 6 something like that. He's a big dude, bro. Yeah. He's a big dude, man. So I just who knows? Now you got fight announcements now. They got, you know, Rey Mysterio fighting Andrew Tate and I don't know, just crazy stuff. So we'll see, man.
Benavidez remains both a possible opponent and an uncertainty, with his weight, plans, and intentions heavily questioned. Analysts, fighters, and insiders have all weighed in, yet nothing is confirmed. The growing tension has reignited boxing debate, shifting focus toward whether Crawford and Benavidez's careers will ultimately cross inside the ring.
Fighting Benavidez, that's just Turkey trying to pull rank. Turkey trying to show he got a golden arm. You know what I mean?
I understand that Turkey likes to make these big grand events, but there's a boxing aspect to this shit too. Like some stuff gotta make boxing sense. Bringing the dude down that's been comfortable at 75, bringing him back down to 68, and then having him fight a dude that just jumped 3 weight classes in 2 fights and start his career off at 35.
Right.
Like, no, bro. No.
Yeah, I don't want to see that fight. There's no point. There's no point. Like I said, Bud needs to just go get line.
From Turkey Al-Sheikh's reported involvement to Ortiz's surprise call-out, the situation keeps evolving. Crawford's critics have faded, but new challenges emerge. Benavidez's father warns of danger, while Womack and Ortiz steer the narrative differently. Boxing continues to thrive on constant twists and shifting perspectives.
You ever entertain a fight with David Benavidez?
You gotta understand.
I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know?
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. His brother was big when I fought him. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude.
And he's skilled.
I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight.
The question still stands. Will Crawford and Benavidez ever meet in the ring? Or will it remain one of boxing's biggest what-if stories? Fans, analysts, and promoters continue to speculate, but nothing is confirmed. One thing is certain, the drama is ongoing. For more updates on call-outs and fight news, like, comment, and subscribe for non-stop boxing coverage.